Paul, so we came over to see what you're cooking for us.
All right, today we're gonna be cooking a curry chicken. I base my curry chicken off Jamaican, Pakistani, Puerto Rican, and I just go with the flow of the spices. Today we have this is cinnamon, but we're gonna be using this for our coquito and.
Oh yeah, this is actually not going to be used today, but we went. I made the video. We went to the Indian market. So this is for our 8 days of Halloween holiday cooking, and this is the cinnamon sticks we're going to use to make coquito and coquito cake. So we'll move that to the side.
Some of these seasons may see it's over the top. It may look a little over the top, but they're 28 ounces, $6.99. This will last.
Pick it up so I can show.
This will last like maybe 2 years with us because I don't normally cook. We don't use the curry every day. And
when you use it, it's not that much that we're using. So
right. The turmeric powder, same thing. 28 ounces.
Pasa con video.
28 ounces of turmeric. Coriander powder, which is actually cilantro. Chili powder. And then we have fennel seeds. One thing I would like to mention is that the properties in all these seasonings, we got these at the Indian market, but the properties and the health benefits of all these seasonings are very beneficial. Some of them are anti-inflammatory. They're good for cancer, believe it or not. Upper respiratory, bloating, if you have bloating. So you may want to Google some of the health benefits of these seasonings because they're really beneficial overall. Over here we have oregano, fresh oregano. I grabbed about a handful from the top of the fresh. These are fresh here. Of the bunch that I got for the farmer's market. This is a head and a half of garlic and 2 nice pieces of ginger. Over here we have coriander, fresh coriander, fresh cilantro, I would like to say. We have orange peppers, green peppers, and yellow peppers. And then we have about 4 to 5 small onions. If I would have got the bigger onions, I would have used say 3 big ones.
Okay. So that's the garlic. Right. I mean the ginger is the end. Okay.
The ginger this is ginger also. I just have an extra piece here just in case I feel I may have to add a little bit more ginger. I have a little piece here I could just chop up a little bit and put it right in.
And the limes are there because
the limes are here because after I clean the chicken out here, I I squeeze a whole lemon.
Because you took the skin out.
Right, I took the skin off, and what I like to do after I do that is I like to put the lime or lemon on it. It's like a cleansing for me. That's I like to do that with my chicken when I'm cooking. Over here we have tomatoes. I cook my curry with fresh tomatoes. These are 4 tomatoes. What class of tomatoes you could use? You could use any type of tomatoes. I always go with the cheapest tomatoes at the farmer's market.
Yeah.
Over here we have red potatoes. I love red potatoes. The flavor and the taste that it gives to the food. These of course are a little bit more. They're about 69 cents, 70 cents a pound in the farmer's market. And then we have mushrooms. Today I left 2 or 3 big ones. The kids might not like them this big, but my wife and I we like to eat the mushrooms. So today I said, let me do something different and leave them whole.
So he did slice them up, but then he left a few whole.
These here is leche de coco, coconut milk. I mean, you know, these are $1 a can, I believe, or $1.06 a can.
Yeah, in Walmart we got
Yeah,
those.
in Walmart. And I mean, they have pricier ones like Goya and everything else like that.
Yeah, they were a little pricey, right? Yesterday
they
they
were
were like
$1.70 a can.
yeah.
So we went with the cheaper brand. And I mean, sometimes you can use products that aren't as expensive, but you can also, you know, you always can get a cheaper product, but you just have to add the spice. You have to add, you know, your own little twist to it. We also have the Desi Natural Dal. This comes from the Indian market. It's a whole milk yogurt, all natural.
But you can use any whole natural.
Yeah, you can use any yogurt that is plain.
Yes, it don't have to be from the farmer's market. They have them in Walmart, ShopRite.
The olive oil. I don't use much of it when I'm cooking. At the beginning, I just put a little bit to get everything going, to saute everything. I normally would put this yogurt in 24 hours or at least a good 8 hours before I start cooking. But for this tutorial, we're doing I'm gonna do it this way, that we guys can have a better idea of what is being done to get this meal together. So I'm gonna start now. Again, I've already put a whole lime. I squeezed the whole lime on the chicken itself. I took all the skin off and I chopped it up. The thighs, I chopped them up half, you know, I chopped every thigh in half. The legs, I just left them alone. We separate our meats as we buy them. If we buy a box of chicken thighs with legs attached, we will separate them into meals. So I have 2 Ziploc bags of chickens that we would normally make 2 meals on 2 separate occasions, but I did it 2 bags of chicken that we separate for 2 meals in 1.
So how many pieces do you think that's in there? Well, the quarter
about
legs.
10 quarter legs.
Okay.
You said 10 quarter legs here.
Okay.
All right. Let's start with this.
So he's gonna start seasoning the well, actually marinating the chicken with the yogurt. Okay. So I'll zoom in so that you guys can see exactly what he's doing. How much of that container you think you used? Like about half?
Yeah, half. Okay. This is a 2 pounds, 32 ounce container of fresh yogurt, plain yogurt. And
make sure you wash your hands. His hands are washed, but
yeah,
just make sure you wash your hands. I prepped them before the video for you guys. Don't worry.
Again, this is something that would have normally done hours prior to putting this together to cook. But I also like the flavor that this gives the meal. You could put a little bit less than half of the 28 ounces, maybe 10 to 14 ounces. I mean, it's your preference. And I didn't want to use more than the 1 lime that I used, because if you're gonna use the yogurt, it may cut it. It may cut the yogurt. So that is good there. I'll begin adding the seasonings as I go. I'll give you an accurate amount of what I'll be using. Again, if this is a dish that you think after you make your first dish, if this is a dish that you think that you'll be making throughout the year, it may be beneficial to just get the big one, you know, as I did here, because it'll last you a really long time, and you can save some money that way. 1 tablespoon. Two tablespoons of turmeric. I may put another one.
So that's 3 tablespoons.
Yeah, 3 tablespoons of turmeric.
And Nancy, if you're watching, I seen you cook before for another YouTuber, but I want you to actually try to make the curry at your home. If this is too much chicken and the serving, you know, is too much for your family, just split the recipe in half. But Nancy, I want you to try this because she made food for somebody who's a YouTuber, and they actually went to her house to visit, and her food looked amazing. So Nancy, try this recipe.
Okay, this is the curry powder. The curry powder, I might add the same amount. The chili powder, I really don't put too much because the kids, well, I've gotten the older ones, you know, used to eating a little spice now because they always, they started getting used to a friend of mine who makes hot sauce.
Oh yeah, he's in our other vlogs. Chris.
Yeah.
Where's Chris from, babe?
He's from St. Thomas, half Irish, half St. Thomas, but he makes this product right here.
Oh, let me zoom in. Yeah, I have show you guys.
Red's hot sauce, fire in your wire. This is cherry bomb, nectarine.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Caribbean. Added turmeric and curry already. What we're gonna do now, the kids, again, I've built up their immune system to the curry and to the spice, but my younger daughter can't really.
But this is not a spicy dish, guys, by no means.
You can make it spicy. It is intended to be a little spicy or mild or however you want to make it. I just put 1 teaspoon for the amount of food that we have, because by the time I add my coconut milk and I add the seasonings and the water comes out, some of the meat, it dilutes it, you know. But this is not even a full, well, I'm going to put 1 full one. 1 teaspoon of chili powder.
Teaspoon or table?
1 tablespoon rather. It gives it some flavor. Coriander, we'll be using some fresh coriander as well. So I may just put 2. Or maybe not even that. I'm putting 1 tablespoon. I think 1 tablespoon should be good, but I put another half just in case.
So a tablespoon and a half of the coriander?
Yes. The fennel seeds, I'll add midway to the end. of the fennel seeds. The pot heating up, and I'm just gonna put a dash of I have a lot of seasoning coming, so that should be good there.
And you're adding olive oil, but you can add regular oil, right?
Yes.
And we're using our big rice pot. That way the meat can just lay comfortable instead of piling up on top of one another.
I'm adding in the onions. Just want to get them a little brown, get them nice and soft. Give that a few minutes, and then we'll start adding other spices, the garlic and the ginger, the peppers, and everything else. Okay, I ran over and I put the onions to saute a bit, and now I'm gonna mix all the seasonings together and let them sit a little bit. Again, I would normally do this. I would prep this food at least 6 hours, 8 hours, preferably 24 hours. Let this sit in the fridge with all your seasonings and the yogurt.
This is a great dish for prepping. So if you're gonna have a party, any kind of party or dinner, this is great because you can actually prep it Sunday and it can be ready for the following weekend, and it's going to even taste better. So this is a great recipe. If you're doing a dinner, you want to switch it up a little bit. You do this a weekend before, you can do it up to 2 weeks before, marinate it, refreeze it, and then take it out. Right, babe?
That's right.
And I'm telling you, like, when this is done, like, all the flavors combine, the chicken, all the spices, all the veggies, and then the curry is delicious.
Where's the sea salt at?
The sea salt is in here. We don't have much left. I thought that was gonna fall. It ripped.
You don't have much left?
No, that's all the sea salt. You bought 2 bags and Tati took a bag.
Put a little sea salt on there as well. I forgot. To your taste, you can add the salt to your taste.
And that's just the salt that is in his hands that he's sprinkling in there, in case you guys don't know.
The onions have gotten brown a little bit, so I'll start adding my peppers. And I'm gonna add my garlic and my ginger. Looks really nice here. All the colors. You notice I haven't used that much powdered seasoning because we have already used a lot of the natural I mean, all the, you know, powder is natural, so that's where they get it from, but all the fresh products, fresh produce rather than using the processed powder and everything else like that. So I won't be having to add any garlic powder or anything like that. Added salt. I normally wait a little bit to start adding my leafy. We have fresh oregano and we have cilantro as well. I'm just gonna start adding all this stuff in there. At least we're gonna add our tomatoes, roughly chopped tomatoes. The potatoes we'll put in at the end along with the mushrooms. I put the mushrooms in midway and I put the potatoes at the end. As the tomatoes start to simmer, a lot of the juices for the excuse me, the tomatoes will be released into the pot, and again I'll just add on to the beautiful smell and flavor to the food. Here you go. So now we'll let this simmer and we'll be back. Okay, we're back now. The last shot we put the tomatoes in. As you see, look, the tomatoes have sauteed very well, and you don't even see the chunks of tomatoes no more. So now you have an additional flavor. That tomato is going to give it an awesome taste. We're gonna start adding our chicken now.
Babe, get the other thing. You don't want to get the thongs? The thongs. I said the thongs. And my last video I said Christmas crack, and then today I'm talking about thongs. Ay, Dios mío.
Again, you want to mix everything nice. That way none of the seasonings, none of your fresh seasonings burn at the bottom. And we're on our way now. Okay, this is at a medium heat, and I'm not gonna cover it right now. I may cover it later, but for now I'm just gonna let everything, all the flavors and everything, come together.
And let it come to a boil.
Let it come to a boil. Again, a medium heat. I'm at a number 5 on the heat scale. So who knows? I may put it up a little bit. I may not, but I'll let you guys know. Okay, the food has come to a simmer with the pot being open. Everything tastes delicious so far. I mean, I just taste the sauce a little bit, but now we're gonna add our coconut milk. We got 1 can of coconut milk. You notice we didn't add any water. One can of coconut milk. The second can here. I mentioned it at the beginning, but you see I took all the skin off the chicken here. All the skin was taken off. That's why you can see like the sauce being oily. With all that fat and everything I cut off the chicken. Now turn the heat up to a medium high, 6 maybe. Put the top of the pot on there, the lid.
It tastes good. It really tastes good. It tastes delicious. All those flavors already kicked in. Can you imagine if you would have marinated?
Yeah.
All right, so that's it. We're done.
Yeah, I'm looking for the top.
The lid to the pot. What did I put in the pantry? On the shelf where the microwave is. So we'll cover it for how long?
Maybe a half hour.
Just check on it, okay? Now.
Okay, we're coming to the end now. We're gonna add mushrooms and red potatoes. These are 3 potatoes, I believe, and a whole pack of mushrooms. Smells delicious and tastes delicious.
Okay, so what's next?
So put the top back on. Give it another 10-15 minutes. I'm gonna raise it to a 8. Now we can get those potatoes and mushrooms going. And after that, voila.
Voila. All right, guys.
So we're gonna top it off with some fennel seed. Is that 1 tablespoon? No, 1
teaspoon.
1 teaspoon. You can put. I normally put a teaspoon, but today I'm just gonna put a
You normally put a tablespoon.
tablespoon rather. Right.
But today you're putting a teaspoon. But they don't have to put it if they don't want to.
Right. You know, you have to add it, but I like the flavor that it gives off. See, everything's coming to a nice boil. At this point, I'll leave the the lid off because I want my sauce to get a little thicker. But look at that. The meat is already coming off the bone. See that?
Pick it up. Yeah. Turn it off. All right, you're on.
That's the beautifulness. A glorious
All right,
taste.
guys, the food is done.
Eat it.
And let me tell you, it's tasting delicious.
It is. I'm like, let's finish this video because I need to eat.
See, it got a little thicker.
I
like the sauce a little bit thicker, but today we're going to the movies. So we're trying to get out the house. Ooh. Delicious. You have to taste my Jamaican curry. Oh gosh.
Daddy, I want more.
How it tastes?
The best curry chicken in your life.
Daddy, I want some.
You want some? Here. Take a bite. Take a bite. Tell them how good it is.
Really good. Yeah, that's good.
Oh my God, make sure you give this recipe a try. Thank you so much for watching
Give it a
Crafting,
thumbs
Cooking,
up.
and Sassafong. Simply Nana. And make sure to subscribe.
Check out On The Go Loft.
And like.
Yeah, check out his channel On The Go Loft. All right, guys, we got to get eating. Bye.